Hello comrades, and welcome to the Revolution Report. The following video I decided to translate for you all is from Soviet television. It was published in 1979, and it's titled Happiness of a Big Family. Now, why did I decide to translate this video for you all specifically? Well, lately, first of all, I've been thinking a lot about what it means to be happy. You know, a lot of different people have their own opinions about that, but I think a lot of objective factors play into what we consider to be happiness for at least the vast majority of people. And I think for the vast majority of people, again, not everybody, for the vast majority of people, having a family that they love and that they feel like they're contributing to the continuation of their lineage or the human race, whatever, is one of those objective factors for happiness for the vast majority of people. I know it is for me, and I'm sure a lot of you watching find your families to be an objective factor in your happiness as well. And another reason why I decided to translate it is because I also grew up, not specifically in a big family, I only have one brother, but my aunts and uncles, their families were very close with mine, and so really I grew up very close with my brother and my other 8 cousins. So basically we lived in a big family, and I watched this video and could identify with it a lot actually. And as somebody who moved to an entirely different country where I have no relatives, you know, that's one of the things that I miss a lot, and I think about my close relatives a lot, even though I'm living so far away from them. And so this video is something that is about a topic that I feel is close to me, but also is something that we're kind of losing under capitalism. The video is focused around this house that the parents grew up, that the parents lived in, brought their kids up in, and that the kids continue to see as a sanctuary throughout their lives after they've gotten married. They always come back to stay with their parents, visit them, till the field. And, you know, more and more under capitalism, we're not able to even afford our own homes. We're not even able to afford our own apartments. You know, where is this generational aspect of homes, of hearths? Where's that going to go when we enter into this, you know, technocratic feudalism that people are calling it now? Technological feudalism, where basically you rent everything and you don't own anything. What is that going to look like? How is that going to affect the family once people can't afford to have big families anymore, and they don't have this sort of generational home that they grew up in, that they continue to visit in their old age and reminisce about? And, you know, we can't even really have big families that more either. There's demographic crisis all across the West, population decline. In Russia, it's actually, you know, no exception. In the Soviet Union, they didn't have that, but after the fall of the Soviet Union, there began a serious demographic crisis that still Russia can't get out of. And they've tried a lot of things like, you know, programs for mortgages and trying to reward people for having big families. But as far as I'm concerned, the fact of the matter comes down to the fact that people cannot afford to have big families anymore across the Western world, across all these countries where capitalism reigns supreme, essentially. And it's sad that the video you're about to watch is, unfortunately, at least in the West and in Russia, it's a figment of the past. And another important thing about this video also is the element of war in it, of course. In the 1970s, most men remembered the Great Patriotic War, or World War II as we know it in the West, that caused immense suffering for every Soviet family. Every single family of the Soviet Union was affected. So that's also explored in this short video. The father of the family speaks about it. And he talks about how war must never be allowed to harm people's lives like that again. You know, peace and family and prosperity are beautiful things that cannot be afforded, that we cannot afford to sacrifice. So without further ado, enjoy this short translated clip from Soviet television.
Ей 16, в семье она младшая. 10 братьев у Инны Серкиной, и все как на подбор парни. Вот счастливые, говорят о ней, и сама себя она считает счастливой. Еще бы! На Владимирском заводе «Автоприбор» работает слесарем-сборщиком Любовь Арсеньевна Серкина. Это их мать. Мать большой семьи и сама член большого рабочего коллектива, одна из лучших работниц. А на Владимирских дорогах водители хорошо знают строгого, но неизменно справедливого старшину ГАИ Александра Ильича Серкина. Это их отец, солдат, прошедший всю войну. Живет семья во Владимире, а неподалеку от города, в деревеньке, которая, доживая свой век, уже уступает место садово-огородным участкам, есть дом, где все они родились, где до сих пор ввинчено в низкий потолок кольцо, к которому прикреплялась люлька, нянчившая их всех 11. Дом, куда постоянно, в любой свободный час, дорога легкая, приезжают они, потому что здесь их земля, они любят поработать на ней. И непростая эта забава. Земля их городских по-прежнему кормит, ведь семья-то, ой, какая большая. Люба матери смотреть на сынов своих. Все выросли, стали рабочими людьми, шоферами, строителями, а в памяти надо ли объяснять, как трудно растить, когда их даже не 7 по лавкам, а больше, и какой это дальний для матери путь от первого шага до свадьбы. Впрочем, 7 сынов уже женаты.
Вот правильно ведь говорят, что малые дети, малые заботы, большие дети, большие
Да,
заботы.
большие дети,
Вы
большие
как-то,
заботы.
видимо, ощутили это.
Ощутили и ощущается. И трудно бывает, когда рядом нет детей со мной. Алешенька, ну-ка иди сюда быстрее. Вот внучок пришел, иди скорее. Иди, я тебе сейчас пирожок бы вынесли ему.
Вот, Алеша.
О, давай мы с тобой. О, давай с бабушкой. Вот, давай со мной разговаривать.
Сколько внуков-то у вас уже?
7 внуков.
И всего-то, значит, уже 18 детей и внуков. Продолжение рода, продолжение дела, продолжение жизни.
Большое спасибо матери за ее воспитание. Все она нам дала, что могла.
Да, я счастлив. Потому что это, как говорится, дети – счастье семьи, дети – будущее государства. А причем у меня их 10 сыновей. А я прошел с 41 по 46 год всю войну. И узнал, испытал и видал, что это, какой цены стоит.
Вообще-то все трудности остались позади. Когда они были, прошло время, вроде бы и не было.
Вроде бы и не было. Вот как просто. И веришь, и сердцем понимаешь, самая великая доброта — дарить миру детей.